optimizing your home and making it as comfortable as possible. And maybe you've thought about all the things in your home. Talk about what's going on with the noise levels in your home. Is it just too noisy and maybe you want to find a way to kind of optimize the sound in your home? My guest who's got some information about how this can be done very, very simply. She's a home improvement expert, and you've seen her on television, I'm sure, a million times, and she's got some great information for us this morning. Anitra Mecadon is here on WCTC. Anitra, good morning. It's Bert Barron. How are you today?
Hey, Bert. How you doing?
Doing great, thank you. You know, people are always telling me, Bert, just build a radio studio in your home, and this way when it's snowing, you could just get out of bed and go on the air and do a radio show in your PJs or something. I wouldn't know the first thing about soundproofing a room in my home, Anitra, so you've got some information for me this morning that maybe I could use?
I do. You know, noise is a major form of stress. It can be a major form of stress in the home, especially if it's keeping you up at night or driving your family crazy. And I feel like today's houses are even noisier than ever thanks to these giant open floor plans, lightweight construction materials, and big screen TVs and sound systems. National Gypsum did a recent survey. 40% of homeowners complain about having a noise problem within their home. Think about it. You got kids running around screaming and playing, dogs barking. Forget it if you live in a townhouse community like I do, where there's a delivery truck literally every 10 minutes. You can go crazy.
And managing this sound is important. And it seems like the more time goes by, Anitra, we're just bombarded with more and more noise, it seems like.
You know, we are. Everybody, here's the thing. Everybody deserves a little peace of mind, right? A little peace and quiet. And here's the thing. Not everybody wants to deal with everything a complete renovation entails, right, Bert? Like, think about it, the mess of demolition. Who wants to deal with that?
All that sawdust, I can't stand it. Right.
Oh, my God. Now you don't have to. We've got some simple strategies that can make a big difference for your homeowners. Number one, start with your soft furnishings. Pay attention to those. Add area rugs, window treatments, draperies, and shades. They can really make a big difference. And, you know, you can even find noise-reducing shades and draperies now. Another great way for you guys to reduce the amount of noise heard between rooms is to start with your walls. I like to say you technically don't have a noise problem. You have a wall problem. I'm standing in this man cave getting ready for the big game, right? Mm-hmm. And on the other side of my big screen TV and sound system it's a bedroom. Now, that's not a problem right now, but as the evening progresses, it can be, because whoever's on the other side of that wall trying to catch some sleep isn't interested in all the hooting and hollering and bad calls going on in this room, right? But we have something for you. New Soundbreak XP Retrofit by National Gypsum is a sound-reducing drywall that goes right on top of your existing walls. Think about it. It's a sound-reducing drywall that goes on top of your walls, meaning no messy demolition required. It's going to save you time, energy, and money. And the great thing about it, it's thin and scientifically engineered to reduce the amount of noise heard between rooms, so it won't take up a lot of square footage. And this stuff is super easy to install. You don't have to put it on all four walls, which is great. You really just put it on the wall where sound is an issue. So in this man cave, it's on the wall separating Nana from the big screen TV and sound bar. And like all Purple drywall products, it's moisture, mold, and mildew resistant and can stand up to everyday abuse, making it awesome for kids' rooms, family rooms, man caves, nurseries, offices, basically anywhere where noise is an issue for you.
Great idea.
Honestly, it's funny because I think of noise like water. It will trickle through the tiniest cracks and crevices. You know, you're in a studio, right?
Of course, yeah.
So you have to seal up those joints. Even outlets and switch plates can be a problem with noise. So grab some acoustical putty pads and slap those on the back. They can help make a difference. And honestly, last but not least, it's the door. It's all about the door. Hollow core doors are not your friend. So if you have a noise problem, consider swapping out that old hollow core door for a solid door and see the difference.
Awesome. And this is a DIY thing, Anitra? You could do this yourself, or should you use a contractor?
You know, it is a DIY. I can do it myself. If I can do it myself, you can do it yourself.
But you're great at what you do. I don't even know which end of a hammer to hold sometimes. But you think anybody could do this?
Honestly, yeah. And if you're worried about it, it's really easy to hang. So if you're worried about the finishing product, go ahead and hang it, and then call in a professional to do the mudding and finishing. And that way you have nice, smooth walls. But at least you could say you did it.
Yeah, absolutely. Where can we go? Is there a website or something, Anitra, where we can go and get more info on this?
Absolutely. Go to askforpurple.com to find out more. There's tips and tricks to help you do it yourself. And there's even a shopping list, so then next time you run to the hardware store, you won't forget anything.
All right. Well, maybe I'll get to work in that home studio, Anitra, but part of me still feels bad because I get to stay home. Justin, my producer, he still has to come in and push the buttons. So unless I find a way to get him to run the board from his house, I don't know if it's going to work out. But at least I can do the soundproofing thing, right?
Absolutely. And you can do the show in your underwear.
Well, in the interest of full disclosure, all right. Well, maybe I will. And where can we find out more about you and your great work on TV, Anitra?
Feel free to look us up on social media. You can find me on askforpurple.com as well as Instagram, Facebook, and every place else. You
bet. We'll take a look. Anitra Mecadon, thank you for the time this morning, and great speaking with you. Have a great winter, and keep up the great do-it-yourself work, all right?